Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Carberra. Welcome to the series where I teach you how to build Discord up off your server. Today we are talking about reaction roles and assigning roles to members based on reactions they make. So to do it, we're going to go back into our reactions.py or just reactions cog. We don't need on reaction add or remove because we're just going to be using the raw reactions for this, because we need to be able to access a persistent message. We need to be able to access a message between startups. And of course, on raw reaction, add or remove does not require the message to already be in the message cache, which is why we're using that. So we're just going to copy. We're just going to comment the others out. Oh my god, I actually just could not talk there for a second. That was weird. And we're just I don't actually need to pass on that one. And we're just going to pass those for now, just to keep them clean, because we don't need to print them anymore. So to actually do this, we need a reaction message. You can use a command to create one and do all this stuff. I'm not going to bother showing you that because I don't feel that it's necessary. If you do wish to do that, perhaps that is a little bit of homework for you to do. We're just going to use a message like here. I've already created a new channel for this to keep things clean, but I'm just going to do react to get a color, and we're going to react with all the hearts that represent the colors that people already have in the server. Now, of course, I am fully aware that you can't use this at the moment because the system is not available because tutorial has been retired, but it will come back soon, I promise. So I'm just going to apply all these reactions. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we have our reactions in place. So we have a red, a yellow, a green, a blue, a purple, and a black. So what we can do is we actually need to actually copy the ID of this message. So if you're in the developer mode, you can simply hit these three dots and hit copy ID, and this will give you the ID of the message. So if we go down here and we do, where is it, the on ready, there we go. Actually, we could probably just do, we'll do it in the on ready. So self dot reaction message, I suppose, equals, and we need to fetch the message from the channel. So we also actually need the channel ID. Self.bot.get channel, which I'll get in a second. Dot fetch message. Whoops. And then we pass the message ID in there, and then we pass the reaction role ID here. So oh my god, that's a long line. So to test that works, we can actually just do print self.reaction message.content, and that should, with any luck, print the content of the message, which is react to get a raw. Oh, there we go, react to get a color, yeah. So we have now grabbed the correct message. If this message doesn't exist, it will error, just letting you know. It won't just ignore it like the self.bot.channel. Like if this returns none, it will just have it as none. If the message can't be found on the fetch message, same with any fetch, it'll actually throw an error and it'll start complaining at you. So just keep a note of that. So with that, we can actually use our message. So the first thing we need to check is we need to see if the user actually reacted to the correct message. So we do if payload.message ID double equals self dot reaction message. Oh god. Reaction message. I'm just going to use the autocomplete dot ID. And now we can actually work it out. So what the reaction names, I don't know. So you got heart, yellow heart, green heart, blue heart, purple heart, and black heart. That actually makes things easier because you can probably just extract the color from them, with the exception of red. Unfortunately, that's not a thing we can do. So it might be worth, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's probably easier to just have the reactions in like a dictionary or something. So we can come up here, and do we want to put it in the cog? We probably don't want to bother. So we can do colors in the dictionary up here. You can probably isolate the colors if you wish, but I'm not going to bother doing that. So we got So to actually do this, to get the Unicode characters for these things, we need to do heart. We need to type out heart, and then we have our heart there. We need to go to start, and we need to do a backslash character. As you can see, this then turns into .heart, and when you hit enter, it will give you the Unicode version instead. When you put it in your IDE, it will, well, it will one give you like a blank heart, and it will two give you this box. You need to get rid of that box, otherwise it won't work. If you put it in if you copy and paste it in a string, that box won't exist. But if you get rid of the string, that box will suddenly appear. So just keep a note of that because it's really awkward. So we're going to set that to red. Well, actually, we're going to set it to IDs. So I'm going to quickly go and get the role IDs. To do that, you could just do this and then copy ID. Again, you need developer mode on. You just copy and paste it in like that. I'm going to quickly do that for the rest of the hearts. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we have all our roles and our IDs and everything. This is probably the least readable thing in the world, as all the emojis don't have any colors, and of course you're using IDs, not the names. But they are mapped correctly. You just kind of got to remember. It might be worth like having like little comments to say which roles they actually refer to. My S key's gotten stuck again. I actually need a new keyboard because my fucking S key's broken. It's really annoying. I also kind of want a new keyboard because I want one that lights up. So that'd be nice. I like my laptop keyboard because my laptop keyboard lights up, but I didn't think to get a light up wireless keyboard, but never mind. That's that done. So we can now actually check to see which ID we need to give. So we can do ID equals colors. We can just do that. Dot get. You can do with the indices, but I kind of prefer dot get, to be honest. You do dot get payload dot emoji dot name. It should be. And you could do role equals self dot bot dot guild dot get role ID. You can actually just probably shove this on one line. It's not going to matter. And then await self dot not self dot bot await payload dot member dot add roles role reason equals unknown color role reaction. Doesn't have to make a whole lot of sense, just as long as it actually describes what's going on. So if we quickly test that, I'll actually test on my test account. It'll be easier. So let's see if I have to sign in with my test account. Hopefully it'll just load, because I was on my test account quite recently. It did. Fantastic. Cool. You don't have to cut. So if I just go down here and I go into React role here, and I'm actually just going to get rid of these two messages. Last two messages, just keep things clean. And if we say, oh no, I want to give myself the green role, we now have green. I wanted to give myself the red role. We now don't have red. Why? None type has no attribute ID. Payload member. That was weird. So what's happened there? So the colors.get, if you use .get, if the key can't be found, then it will go into then it would be set to none. If you did it like this, it would actually throw an error, which is something to keep in mind. I might just keep it like that for simplicity's sake. So for some reason was this not set properly? I don't know. Why is that not registering? This is the same problem I had with the other bot before. The heart just wasn't registering. Because yellow, the system works. It has no idea what this heart is. Key error heart. Alright, I'm going to figure this out. Give me a second. Oh, also, come to think of it, you probably want to do on here if self dot bot dot ready, just to make sure that the bot is actually ready before you start doing things, so you don't get huge errors when stuff goes wrong. So just keep that in mind. Oh, okay. So apparently that box is required for heart, but not for the others. Excuse? Well, that literally just worked now. If that's a thing, I don't know if that's a problem with Discord or Unicode, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, that just straight up works. Oh, I have read now. Okay, well that's a weird one. So apparently the box is required for heart, or for the red one, but not for the rest of them. That is so weird. I don't know why I got rid of the roles, because we are now going to do a role removal thing. So we can actually basically just copy and paste this code. We actually don't need to do this anymore. We can actually just copy and paste this into here, and if we get member real quick, member equals self dots, and then because we need to get member manually. Still don't know why that's a thing. So yeah, we're doing the same check to make sure the bot is ready and to see if the message is the correct one. We're then just getting the member, which is something else we have to do. We're then getting the role of the color, and then we are, instead of adding it, we are removing it. Remove roles, role. And then, so if I go back to the Discord and we keep an eye on our test account there. So if we give, say, purple, we get purple. If we give green, we now have green. If we get rid of purple, we no longer have purple. If we get rid of green, we no longer have green. So this system will work. However, with a color system, you generally want to make sure that users only get one color. So there are a number of ways that you can do that. The first and the easiest is to do what I did in the last series, which is send a message to the user if they already have one of the roles and refuse to give them a new role. That is one way that you can go about it. The second way you can go about it is by removing every individual reaction aside from the one that the user actually reacted with. To say, for example, actually I'll bring this one over. So say, for example, if I reacted with yellow and then I wanted purple, the bot would keep the purple reaction but remove the yellow one automatically, and remove the role that came with it. However, the only problem with that, while it is very convenient, is it is extraordinarily slow. The reaction rate limits are very harsh, and it is absolutely implausible for multi-server bots outright, and for single server bots it's not ideal. It's very slow, it's very awkward. The third way you can do it is, if I just bring the server again actually, is by assigning the role and then removing the actual reaction. So you could say, if I wanted blue, I'd react with blue, the bot would give me the blue role, and then it would actually remove this reaction straight away. That is the one I'm going to be doing. Of course, it doesn't show you how many people have each one, but in a lot of ways it won't matter. If it matters that hard, I would recommend actually making a command to check instead. But we're just going to do that. So on raw reaction add, which means we actually don't need on raw reaction remove anymore, but we're going to keep it there anyway, just to show that it's there. And then we can get rid of it by doing should be await self dot reaction message dot remove reaction payload dot member payload dot emoji, and that should then work. So that will get rid of the reaction, but it won't get rid of other roles that they have. So what you can do is you would check against all these IDs. So realistically, if you want to do something like this, you would probably do this slightly differently. So you'd actually probably move this, say, in here. Call this, I don't know, self.colors or self.color roles or something, and actually just get all the roles here. Self.bot.get. Actually, I'm gonna sublime the shit out of this, and I'm gonna do this, and self.bot.guild. To do that on Sublime, you just middle click and drag, and it's really damn useful. So you can just do it everywhere, and it's really good. So that'll actually store our roles, so we don't have to get them later, which means we don't need to do this. Actually, we do need to do that still, but we just need to put that here, and then we don't need this, and then here, and then we don't need this. Cool. So we can remove the reaction. Oh, we should probably do that last actually. So if I don't know, we could do current colors. Okay, so we could probably do something like current colors equals filter lambda r in colors dot keys for our member dot roles or payload dot member dot roles. I hope this works. I actually haven't tested this, so I don't know if this will work or not, but it should do. And then await payload dot member dot remove roles current colors. No, we'll actually need to pass a star in there because it takes arguments. So if we pass an iterator through, we need to pass it through with this little asterisk, and then we can give it the same reason. And in theory, it should only ever be removing one, so speed isn't going to be a problem. If speed does turn into a problem, and for some reason you're removing multiple reactions once every time, you can use atomic equals true, or is it atomic equals false? I think it's atomic equals false actually. It's one of the, I should probably check that. Give me a second. Okay, it's atomic equals false. I just wanted to check that because I didn't want to say, oh, it's either true or false. Please note, if you do use atomic equals false, it is faster, but it also does have some weird properties about it. So you need to be very wary of the order you do. You would probably do the remove roles first and then the add roles after, if you were doing atomic equals false, because it does have some weird properties where it like concatenates the next reaction. It concatenates like the next role assignment into the previous thing. It's a bit weird. I don't know how it works. You'd think they would just use the edit, but they obviously don't, and it's annoying. And the edit is just awkward to do, and this should be fine. So that should work. If it doesn't, then that's going to be annoying. So if we give ourselves blue, we have nothing. Colors, it's self.colors. I do apologize. So it's actually colors, and then colors, and colors down here too. I'm not missing one, am I? I think so. It would seem not. So we just unreact from that for a second. If we do that, we have blue. It kind of works, sort of. It gave us the role. On reaction, remove reaction. Invalid argument. Must be not reaction or member. Oh, does the emoji go first? I think the emoji goes first. I was really confused there for a second. I'm pretty sure the member actually does go first. So if you just quickly get rid of the I almost kicked the test account, and I just instinct at this point. So if we that should be fine. Oh, I didn't actually click it. That would help. Oh no, it has actually given it. No, it hasn't. It's removing the reaction, but it's not giving the role now. Wait. Why is it not giving the role? Ah, it's going through removing the role immediately. Oh yeah, it would do that, wouldn't it? Dadoy. Okay, so after a few failed debugging attempts, I have worked out what is going wrong here. So the first one, well, the first two are logical errors on my part. This actually needs to be above this. Logically, that does make sense. I'm surprised I didn't think of that. Because it was the removing roles, of course, the current colours, it was taking this role as one of the current colours and it was removing it, which is pretty embarrassing. This also needs to be values, not keys, because the roles are in the values, not the keys. So that was the thing. And also, one that wasn't really my fault, I don't know why this is happening, but the on raw reaction remove actually needs to be removed. Otherwise it would just remove the reaction. It would just remove the role. I don't know why. Even checking to make sure that the user is a bot will still just remove the reaction regardless. So I don't know what's going on there. But seeing as we're just going to end up with one reaction for all of them pretty much, it doesn't actually matter that much. So we're going to go into here, load up a test account, and we're going to give them the purple role. As you can see, we're given the purple role. If we now go green, it will remove the purple and give them green. As you can see, we still have one reaction each time. We then have that, so we have the black, red, watch the number on the yellow one, 2 and then 1, and then blue just for purposeful sakes. The only fancy with this system is you can't remove a colour once you have it. There's no way of getting rid of your colour, but I doubt that'd be much of an issue. So that is how to get a raw reaction system, and also a raw reaction system that will replace the current role. If you like the video, then stuff it down below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below as well, or you can join Discord using the link in the description. If you really like the video, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to be alerted to new videos. And if you really like the video, then consider supporting me on Patreon. Of course, you don't have to, but a really cool thing to do. Speaking of which, I would like to thank my super patrons Adam, Drea, and Jackster for pledging the highest tier. And I will see you in the next video when we talk about creating a starboard. So we'll actually be creating a starboard, which is a feature that has come to quite high popularity recently on Discord. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. But I'll see you then.